Mixtape Addict. Mr. Addict, you bitch, I've been grinding.
Yo, it's King Flow, Mixtape Addict, Shortkut show. Once again in the fucking house, from France to the US. You know, that's the concept. That's what we do. We build bridges between France and the US, man. And today I got a special guest straight from New York, you know, my man JUS DAZE.
What up, what up, what up? Pleasure to be here, man.
It's fucked up life in general, the streets to the federal. Bars and scars that emotionally get the best of you. When girls get raped and friends flip, looking at life like suicide is the best exit. INSECURITY. The shit that make a nigga wanna murder me. The shit that make a nigga act like he never heard of me. The same nigga hearing my style committing burglary. That shit'll make a nigga get hurt in the 3rd degree.
Yeah, how you doing, my bro?
I'm doing great, man. Everything is good, you know? Just put out a new album, new video. I'm talking to you. Life couldn't be better right now.
Hell yeah, man. You know, I see you making moves. You know, the song is dope. Album is fire. I like the visuals too.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You know, you're dedicated to your stuff and you're doing the, you know, the right things, you know, with your image and also with your music, of course. You know, that's the most important thing right there, man. You know.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate the acknowledgement. And well, like I say, it feels good to be doing it like this, you know, on this level. So it feels great to make a comeback like that and just, you know, everybody receive it the way it is. So I'm truthfully grateful and humble.
Man, yo, we gonna start, you know, with the Mixtape Addict question, bro. I gotta ask you, man. You know, it's the tradition out there. So who is your all-time favorite DJ?
I mean, DJ King Flow, obviously. No, but
nah, man, you know, I still got work to do.
You know, being from New York, that's a tough question, right? Because, you know, you don't want to leave anybody out. We have so many, you know. We have the more mainstream guys like, you know, we have Rest in Peace K Slay, you know, Premier, DJ Clue. I'm talking about legendary DJs, you know. Premier alone, that's like you could drop the mic and walk away from the conversation, right? But then we have like people that are on the underground level that are just as legendary, like, you know, Jay Ronan, people like him, like Vinyl Richie from EO Dub. These are just people that you have to see live to experience it.
Got back, so nigga grab your gagger, you can catch your head clap, slap the nigga face up and down. Nigga smile off your face and catch two straight to your face. You punk pussy, you's a rookie, I'ma play your ass like a hot day, you hook, so push.
And if you do, and you're from New York, or even if you visit from like, you know, Europe and come to New York, you'll feel that energy. So it's like, it's a tough question to answer. You know, if I had to narrow it down to one, I would say the one that had probably the most influence on me was probably the DJ Clue tapes that I was buying, you know, when I was younger. DJ Clue, he brought a little bit of different energy to the game, you know, not to say like he would talk over the records, but he wouldn't talk over the records like Funk Flex, for instance. Oh, and shouts to Funk Flex too. Funk Flex is, see what I'm saying? You don't want to miss anybody because there's just so many. Yeah. But for me, I would personally say DJ Clue definitely had a big influence on me. I had all of those tapes. You could buy 3 for $10, bootlegs back in the day, you know, Google what a tape is.
Weird shit. But yeah, DJ Clue, man, he changed the game, you know, and he put artists on the map, you know, like Fabulous, like Ransom, you know what I mean, for example.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's the role of a DJ too, you know what I mean? Like, mixtapes are a platform, you know, for underground artists to be heard, you know what I mean?
And also the thing is, just because he was a DJ, he was also responsible for legendary collabs. Like he did the Fantastic Four. He got Cannabis, Cameron, Big Pun on a song, you know, Nori. He brought all these people together for his mixtape. So it wasn't just that he was giving you like a mixtape.
You never hear the beat buckle, beat chuckle, scuffle over game of pinochle. Anything I put my money in, got to see double. That y'all wanna see trouble. You ran them out. I'm the type to cut a piece of soap, put on an imbecile, tell you track the hand of
he was giving you his version of the artistry by putting those people together. So, you know, that's why I said, like, I listened to him and I saw what he was doing, and, you know, just being from Queens, you know, it's one of those things, you know?
Yeah. No, like you say, like you explained, you know, like getting people here, people there, you know, put them all together. You know, it's executive production, I mean.
For sure.
Without even knowing it, you know, because it's natural for DJs, you know, to bring people like that. You know what I mean? But it's executive producing. Like, for example, rest in peace to DJ K Slay, when he recently dropped a video with Jadakiss and Queen Latifah on one.
Right, I saw that.
Bow down to greatness, no handshake. Me and K-Slay help shape the landscape. Speak my language, I know you can't wait. But first, over 62 movie credits to translate.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Fire.
imagine, like, you know what I mean?
If you want to mention somebody who does it nowadays on a mainstream scale, you can obviously mention DJ Khaled. You know, DJ Khaled has years in the game. I'm talking about years in the game, you know, down with Terror Squad, when Terror Squad was a thing. And he's got super dope collabs, and he's got a lot of commercial collabs. So he's one of those DJs that embodies making that production, like you said, you know?
And it's too bad because a lot of people are missing the point. You know, like they don't get really what DJ Khaled is doing because he's not producing the instrumentals or anything like that. People just think that he yells on the track. But
people wait, but you're referring to old school people like Premier, like, oh, Premier's the best DJ because he produced the beat, he got the rapper, you know, you give him his props, but because Khaled did. But nowadays that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So hip hop has evolved a little bit, and not for nothing, you got to accept where it is. You don't have to like it, but you have to accept what it's evolved to and where it's going. So, you know, we know where it came from. Like you said, you've been listening to hip hop for 20 something years. That goes back to its roots, like its grassroots, you know? You got to accept and embrace the change a little bit.
For sure, you know, because every, you know, great music genre always evolves, you know. That's what I always say in my interviews, like hip hop became, you know, a whole music genre, like jazz music, like rock music. There's so many, you know, different branches in it. So
we outside. Hip hop been outside, but we outside. We only getting the recognition now. They got commercials. They got like Olympic commercials with hip hop in it. Did we ever think that would happen? No, but we're here. We got hip hop billionaires, you know?
And we had Dre and Snoop at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Dre and Snoop at the Super Bowl. Eminem just got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So hip hop is definitely not going anywhere, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
And you know, before the interview started, we talked about being independent, and you said that it was cool for a moment until you ran out of money. So you in your career, like what revenue do you use? Like, do you do merchandising? You do shows, of course, you know, but what else do you do?
So let's go a little further back. To answer that question, because I want to give you like a then and now. I didn't know you needed money, right? I was bushy-tailed and wide-eyed, and I didn't know you needed all this money to put into music. You know, I always understood that a label was important, and I understood distribution, but I didn't really understand how any of it works, and I didn't really have anybody show me that. So back, I was selling merchandise. I was ghostwriting. I mean, I was, you know, selling music. Merch is really what kept the lights on for a little while. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing it full time, that's what it was. Merch was definitely, you know, you get a little bit of money off the shows. You get a little bit of money when you do private parties. Like I was doing, you know, birthday parties for celebrity clients. I had writing gigs for pharmaceutical companies and commercials and things of that sort. I thought outside the box. I did books that translated into hip-hop albums. So I did a lot of things to try to keep the wheels turning and try to keep the lights on. But eventually, as an independent artist, you're going to run out of money. I mean, truth be told, if you're not hustling or if you're not making six figures, especially in New York, you're definitely going to run out of money, and it's going to be a short stick. So I mean, right now what I'm doing is I've positioned myself, you know, over the past few years. I've definitely made smarter choices, done things differently financially, so is my responsibilities taken on. And so now it's just a matter of, you know, still getting money to ghostwrite, still getting money for publishing, doing certain things behind the scenes. You're not always going to get the money as an artist. You're not always going to, JUS DAZE is not always going to get the money or the check. Darius, the writer, which is my real name, is going to get the check. He's going to get the money, you know, if he does a custom song for somebody or, you know, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, that's really where I've been making a lot of money, writing behind the scenes and stuff like that. I haven't put out my own music in forever, but this is obviously, you know.
I think, you know, you can have, you know, many also, as long as you can live off your passion, pay your bills with your passion, bro, you're already winning, you know.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why it didn't matter for me back then. I was just so happy to be, I'm still happy to do it, you know? But like, I was just so happy to be out there, and I'm like, wow, this is like I'm really doing it, and I'm doing it in New York. And like in New York, everybody raps, just so you know, everybody.
That's the hardest part, because like New York, when you see the price of a rent, like an apartment or some shit, man, it's just fucking bananas, bro. It's crazy.
That's why I say you need 6 figures in New York to be broke. And that's not a joke. Like anybody watching that is from New York will tell you that if you're 2 people, if you're, you know, you and your shorty, you and your girl, and you live in New York, you absolutely are barely getting by making $100,000. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah, that shit. When you see like a rent is $2,000, $3,000, it's a lot.
That's 40 grand a year right there. 40 grand a year just to put a roof over your head. No food in your mouth, no electric, no water, no clothes, no nothing.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. So why not like moving out of New York? Not too far from New York, but you know.
So that's a discussion that you start to have, and a lot of people do migrate out of New York as they get older and as they, you know, start to think differently and different things become more important to them. But you got to be here. I mean, this is where you have to be. This is where everybody is. This is where, you know, I think New Yorkers carry a certain air about them no matter where they go. Like, you know, you might see a New Yorker in France and be like, that guy's from New York, I bet. You know, in California, he's from New York. In Texas, he's from New York. And that's because we just carry ourselves different. So, I mean, I've thought about getting out of New York. Not right now. If I did get out of New York, it would be years down the line and maybe move to Australia or something like that.
Okay, nice. That's what's up. Why not move into France?
Because you know my French is terrible, you know, comme ci, comme ça, you know, je parle français comme ci, comme ça.
C'est pas mal, c'est bien, c'est bien.
Oh, see, I gotta go now. I'll see you later.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. You got a good accent too.
Thank you.
And are you planning, like talking about that? Are you planning on coming to Europe? You know, like to build your fan base out here. You know what I'm saying? Like doing.
It's funny you said that because I did have an opportunity to go to Amsterdam recently, like within the next week. But I mean, the flights out there right now are ridiculous. I don't know if you looked at flights. They're like $6,000 a flight, $6,000 round trip. It's like, you know, that's ridiculous. They told me if I could fly my way out there, I would have an opportunity. I would be able to take advantage of the stage and everything. And I mean, it's just, you know, again, when you move independently, you don't have that sponsorship, $6,000 for a flight, even though the opportunity is worth more than $6,000. And that's how you got to start looking at things. So right now, of course, I would love to come out to Europe. Of course. I mean, the music is touching, like that's where I get a lot of love. I've always gotten a lot of love overseas. And then I'll get the New York people to catch on after that. You know, it's like, that's how it goes in underground hip hop. And you definitely understand what I'm saying, because, you know, overseas, they appreciate what we do because it's like the essence of it here. So, I mean, right now, you know, whatever I can do, I'm definitely going to put out another couple videos. I have like 40 songs that I'm still, well, now I have like 30, still almost close to 40, but that I'm just sitting on. So I have a ton of material, but I want to release it properly. You know, putting out this project the way I put out this project just made me realize I did a lot of things wrong along the way.
Yeah, but we're always learning, you know.
Absolutely. And I feel privileged, man, because this is the work I'm the most proud of, man. And it's the one that I had the most hands-on with everything, you know. I've always been very hands-on with all my other projects, putting them out. And like I said, I didn't know, but this one more so with everything. That's why I put my name on the bottom as executive producer along with Easy. Shout out to Easy, amazing engineer, man. So quick funny story about Raps and Rants. I had the album probably done, I would say January. I was supposed to get it mixed with somebody else, something happened with their health or whatever, and I was scrambling to find a person. So I was 2 months behind. Damn. And the engineer that I stumbled upon, the chemistry was amazing from the beginning. And that's why I just shouted him out. And it's like, sometimes things happen for a reason to position you for a better opportunity. And a better position, and he was absolutely the right person to work with, man. It couldn't have came as more of a blessing, man. And so up until the last month before the album, we were mixing it down, like week before, like the song with me and Moneybags, that didn't get done until like 2 weeks before the album came out. So it was like my version of Donda. I was racing to get it all done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. Sometimes, you know, we hear stories about that, you know, like songs that have been made at the last moment. and the shit becomes like the biggest song of the project. You never know, man.
You never know. That's true.
Oh yeah, that's good that you did a track with Moneybags too. That's two different styles of rap, you know.
This that grimy gritty, old New York City, Rockefeller era, that Puff Daddy and Biggie, 2 sips Swiggy, light up another spliffy. The BQE could take us there in a jiffy.
Me and Moneybags go way back to the days of grind time East Coast. You know, we were battling on the same stages, doing the same shows, and a lot of the same competitions. EO Dub, if you know. Moneybags is my man. That's another Queens cat, you know, Queens. We out here.
Yeah, I seen him working with like Wade Up Black too, you know what I'm saying? I seen him working with a lot of different guys, you know, doing his thing, you know. You from the new generation and shit, but he definitely making moves out there.
Yeah, Wade Up, Polo, J Murder. They're gonna be at the album release tonight. Yeah, everybody. Team Homie's gonna be in the building.
Good shit, good shit. Tell Just One and Wade Up Black what's up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Always, Just One. That's the homie.
Yeah. Yo, we got a banger. I gotta let you hear that shit, man.
When what you rap is all facts with no cap, rock different. Words mean more when it's truth to it. They rock different.
Just as dope. Just gave me my first battling opportunity in grind time. I drove 6 hours upstate to battle this kid called Puppet the Grimy, and the kid never battled again after that. I beat him so bad. Yeah.
Destroyed his career.
Yeah, destroyed. Yeah, for sure. He probably went on drugs after the battle. Definitely. No, I'm joking. He was already on drugs. No, I'm joking.
Let me ask you, man, you know, you're a workaholic. Like you said, you have like 30, 40 songs that you're ready to drop. You just dropped your album. But what's your plan, you know, right now to get bigger with your music? You know, take shit to the next level.
That's a great question. So, I mean, I've been thinking, like, you know how I told you got to think outside the box a little bit to keep the lights on and make money when it comes to being an artist. You got to think like that in 2022. You got to think, how can I reach more people more effectively? The music is good. I'm proud of the music, but I can't just post it. You know, what do I got to do? I got to make it relatable. I got to make the visual good. I got to get it seen here. Well, this is where my fan base fucks with me the most. This is where I want to release the record. You know, this is where I want to put the most emphasis on it. So you got to be like an entrepreneur / business minded individual. And for 7 years of my life, when I was not really making music and not battling actively, I mean, I was, but not on the level that like I was a financial consultant. And so I was telling people what to do and how to think outside the box and, you know, how to elevate. And
That's fire.
Now I just apply that.
That was your job. That's fire. So now you just got to apply that. Like you say, man, that's fire. It's good.
Yeah, so you got to think about that. So yeah, of course I would love to go overseas with some merch, do some shows, hit a bunch of different cities. Come on, man, that's always the goal. You know, when I went to Canada, I was giving out free CDs in Canada, right, just to get my buzz up, and they were paying me for it. I was like, no, these are just, no, let me pay you for it. Like, it's such a different type of reception when you go outside. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but New York is full of a lot of haters. You know, it's
because like you said, you know, everybody want to be a rapper, so everybody want to be the top dog in the city. That's the problem.
Yeah, for sure. So New York is definitely, you know, it's tough to get that love in New York, but you get it as long as you know, pass the series of tests that make you a certified MC. You know, you're battle tested, you put work in the streets, you know, you're real, you know, because genuine is important to us out here. But, you know, you got to jump all over the place. You got to go to Miami, where it's the party cities. You got to go to Cali, LA, where it's a different, it's almost like New York, but just a different type of exposure, you know, it's more movie out there. Texas, they get it jumping. So you wanna come up with a plan, but the plan is to put out more music to get enough people that want it. So you want to create a demand for it. So rather than just go out there and try to do what I was doing back then, now it's a little bit more structured. It's like, okay, put out this project, put out this video, get this following, get these people, see how many people actually come out to see you in your hometown and maybe in France or the UK or Australia, you know, and then go ahead and put a plan together, you know, put a budget together, a time frame, and then do it.
Yep. Good shit, man. Good shit. I can't wait until you come out there, man, because you know.
Me too, man. Me too.
Let me tell you.
I always wanted to come to France because I heard you guys are the best cooks.
Oh yeah, yeah, real shit. Yep, real shit.
I heard, I that alone excites me. so that alone excites. Forget the hip hop. Yeah, right.
I'm a fan of food too. So we got the best, cooks. We have the best wine and the best cheese.
Yep, and you got beautiful women too out in France.
Of course,
It's
of course.
yeah, man, and the language is beautiful too. Let's not forget that the language is dope too.
Yeah, man. And it's always an experience, to come out there. But yeah, let me ask you, bro. We talking about, about hip hop culture and everything. And we probably have some, young upcoming MCs that are watching the interview, listening to your music and shit. What could you say to the young ones, that want to follow the same path, you know what I'm saying? Be serious about their craft. What could you say?
So I would say continue being creative, never stop. When you have creative spurts, take advantage of it, because there's going to be times where you have to put work in the street, and then there's going to be times where you put work in the studio. So you want to position yourself. So record as much as possible. I recorded 40 songs. Go record 60 songs. They're not all going to be the best ones, but you're going to have a catalog to choose from. Keep going. No matter what social media says, if you're not getting likes, if you're not getting whatever, doesn't matter. No views, that doesn't matter. I would say just continue. As long as you feel good about what you do, believe in yourself with so much conviction that other people are forced to believe in you. That's it. Just keep going. Keep whatever. There's going to be obstacles. Nothing comes easy. Whether you have a 9-to-5 job or you're living out your dreams. Living out your dreams is like working for yourself. So treat yourself like a business. Put long nights in. Put stress in. It's going to come with stress. You're going to put money involved. You're going to lose friends. You're going to gain friends. You're going to, a lot of things are going to happen, and that's part of it. And if that's happening, guess what? You're very close to applying so much pressure that a diamond's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so keep going. Also, get help from everybody you know. Do not be too proud to ask for help. I wish I knew the things now that I do back then, because I would have made different choices. So talk to the people. Your net worth is your network. Talk to the people around you, and never forget the people that support you, man.
That's real shit, gotta build a strong network. And always, I think everybody needs a team, Not a big team, even like 2 people is cool,
Yep.
to help you, going through the obstacles, like you say, bro.
Yeah, no, it helps, man, because there's going to be moments where you're not going to be up all the time. You're going to be down, and you're going to be doubting yourself, and you're going to wonder why it's not happening, so to speak, for you. And the 1 or 2 people that you have in your corner that believe in you, as long as you believe in yourself, are going to push you. It's like having a spot at the gym. If the weight is a little too heavy, they're going to help you lift it up easy.
And what can we wish for you, bro, in 2022 and beyond?
Well, right now, Raps and Rants is out. The love that I'm getting is crazy. I definitely have more music to put out. I was almost going to put out a project on Mother's Day, a female-themed album. But, people advised me that I should push the video on this album a little bit longer, because Mother's Day is this weekend. So it's like so at least give it a month. Put that out. So I'm going to have a female themed album with like some really dope beats, some really dope features on it as well. I have a bunch of other music that's more along the lines of Raps and Rants. So there might be a Raps and Rants volume 2, not a 12 track, but maybe like something, 4 or 5 tracks, something like that. And I think what I'd like to do is, in between releasing projects, maybe release some singles and keep people engaged that way, and grow a little bit more on Spotify and other places where music streams now, because Bandcamp and SoundCloud and Audio Mac and all those places were the spot, but now it's Spotify, Apple, and you need to just be in the mix. So you got to embrace that, and the way that you embrace that is just by providing content and just giving people everything. So this is the first of many things to come.
Do you have any last words, man, for the people that watched the interview until the end?
I just want to thank you for lending me your time. Time is the most valuable thing we have, so I appreciate those who lend their ears. I appreciate everybody who's been spinning Insecurity, Raps and Rants. Go check the video out. Go listen to Raps and Rants. Share it. And I just appreciate the love that I'm getting, man. I'm really grateful for it. I'm really grateful for platforms like yours. I'm really grateful for everybody that's just engaged and in tune with me right now, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for your time, my bro. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for coming through in the mixtape.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you.